the quilt my mother made for me. Older women wear pearls, then they're good enough for me.
It reminded me of my favourite Joni Mitchell tracks, because Blue's one of my favourite Joni Mitchell records, and there was something about it that gave me the same feelings of what I loved about that record because of the storytelling aspect of it.
If the house were burning down, I'd grab the...
If the songs are good, then my job's really easy, and Amy's songs are always amazing. It's storytelling coming from the heart rather than being, you know, for the sake of writing a song. And what are we meant to be doing?
This guy is the bomb.
Thank you. As long as you got that.
By candlelight, he showed me how to play. He taught me how to see stars in different kinds of ways. He made me blush in front of everyone with words of honeydew. But it was nothing next to you. See that bird, don't move or it'll go. See the purple on the chest and the yellow down below, with that bright red face next to that aqua blue. But it's nothing.
It was one of those albums where it was exciting for me as a producer to hear the songs. The hard work had kind of already been done because they were really well written. And then, you know, my head just started kind of spinning with the possibilities of where it could go. I remember that flight very clearly, actually. It was it was a great buzz when you hear songs like that.
How does that make you feel?
She has great ideas, and one thing that I particularly enjoy working with her is that she's not afraid to tell me what they are. So many times you work with someone and, you know, they feel a bit hesitant or they're kind of afraid to kind of say what they want. But I love it when artists do that. So that's one of my favourite things about working with her. She knows what she wants, but she's also very open to what is possible. That to me is exciting when it's like that in the studio. That's fun, that's a challenge, you know. It's a really enjoyable process. Aside from being a fantastic songwriter, Amy is obviously an amazing singer, and it's really something when you get to work with a singer who has a lot of studio and live experience. When she gets into the vocal booth, she's not messing around. She knows what she's doing. She's been there before, and it's a joy to record. I usually play bass on the records that I produce, and it's one of my favourite parts of the process. I really enjoy it. Even more so on Amy's record, because one of my favourite things and how I kind of naturally will play the bass is to play with the vocal. It's traditionally a lot of basses, you know, especially in rock or pop, you play with the drums. But for me, my biggest influence as a bass player was Nick Seymour from Crowded House and Paul McCartney from Beatles, and they play with the vocal more than anything else. And so I love it when I can be in that zone. But however, a lot of the times when you do that, you can kind of freak people out a little bit because it's not always the traditional way of doing it. But thankfully, Amy's right into that. And so that makes it really fun for me because I can totally get into that headspace. And I'm really proud of the bass on this record. I feel like it's, you know, it's different and it's kind of cool and it's a little adventurous, and that's where I love to be bass-wise. It was a real blast.
The quilt my mother made for me. So this is my beautiful mother, and she is, as far as I'm concerned, the world's greatest quilter. And she made my birth quilt and my children's birth quilt. This is the quilt that inspired the song The Quilt. And yeah, it's so special to me because so many reasons. Can you tell me about when you made it, when I was born? 80s? No.
It was after you were born, and I just made all your clothes, and I had a whole lot of fabrics left over, and I thought, oh, I'll just put them in a quilt. I can show the camera.
Amateurs.
And was fabric it's fabric from a dress I made myself before I was married.
When she was on the scene.
Yeah, just old pieces of fabric. Some from my mother, some from Amy's other grandmother. Took me a good while because it's all done by hand.
I adore this quilt. I know you know that because I've made you mend it so many times.
I think it's a horrible old thing.
She's so humble. That's just look at the needlework there. Oh, that's just needlework. What's it like giving away something that you've spent so long on?
It's beautiful. That's why you do it, to give them away to someone you love. Mm-hmm.
It's nice. Tear. You have 5 siblings, and do they all have quilts?
Yes, and most of their children have quilts, and the grandchildren have quilts.
Don't get teary, because if you cry, I'll cry. When on earth did you find time to quilt with 2 young children 1 year apart? Did you do it when we were in bed?
Yes, of course.
When you drugged us?
Yes, when I drugged you and tied you to the bed so you couldn't get up.
When I put a lid on the cot, I had plenty of time to sew. You wanna be a big girl and do the thing. My daughter was the inspiration for Don't Grow Up So Fast because she's growing up so fast. I wanted to spotlight the irony of so many little girls want to be big girls. We try to keep that childlike excitement and enthusiasm in our lives as adults. So I wanted to really just highlight that irony. The song Girlfriends was inspired by a book about wartime nurses and how they rely on each other. And I reflected on my own life and realised how much a support my long-term girlfriends are to me in my life, and how different and less good my life would be without them. The song Pearls is about the fact that so many very beautiful, elegant older women wear pearls, and they wear them so beautifully and fabulously. I just wanted to write a song about the relationship between women and pearls. Perfect accessory for a funeral. Perfect. There's a song about my dad, your biggest fan, to have a dad who's well known. Some of the crazy questions people ask you. A lot of people feel like they know him like a relative in some ways. Father of mine, you must understand, I'm your biggest fan. Father of mine, you must understand.